whistle of a train. I'm the amber waves of grain. I'm the highway, I'm the farm, fertile fields and boulevards, the hand that rests over your heart. Oh, I'm the echo of the bell that's ringing. Oh, I'm the freedom in the song we're singing. I'm the seed that's in the dust. I'm the prayer in God we trust. A place to dream for all of us. I'm America. Dance, the open window to a chance, the place where courage takes a stance. All the colors that you see, the lights from 30,000 feet. Yeah, I'm the roar of victory. Oh, I'm the echo of the bell that's ringing. Oh, I'm the freedom in the song we're singing. I'm the seed that's in the dust. I'm the prayer in God we trust. A place to dream for all of us. I'm America. I'm America. I'm the fathers, I'm the sons. I'm the footprints in the mud. I'm a shelter washed in blood. Oh, oh, oh. I'm the seed that's in the dust. I'm the prayer in God we trust. A place to dream for all of us. I'm America. I'm America. I'm America. I'm America.
Welcome to HomeFront Sitrep. I hope you're in for a great show today, because I'm just a veteran talking about what's on my mind and maybe yours.
You can find HomeFront Sitrep on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. You can also check out HomeFront Sitrep's YouTube channel.
Buckle up, the show is starting.
Mic in hand, ready for deployment. Podcast feels heavy as the ointment. Veteran tales straight from the trenches. Pop culture splices, pulling down the fences. Homefront sit rep, stories that collide. Veterans speaking truth, no reason to hide. Gritty and raw podcast on replay, decoding the past, paving the way. War zone whispers, bullets and bombs. Back to civilian ticking like a time bomb. Medals on the mantle, scars on the mind. Every episode another mystery to find. Homefront sit rep, voices from the fight. Veterans sharing dark, stepping into light. Real life saga, not some fairy tale. Truth and resilience, never gonna fail. Homefront sit rep, stories that collide. Veterans speaking truth, no reason to hide. Gritty and raw podcast on replay, decoding the past, paving the way. War zone whispers, bullets and bombs. Back to civilian ticking like a time bomb. Medals on the mantle, scars on the mind. Every episode another mystery to find. Legacy 11X, story of Marines. Army anecdotes, Gulf War scenes. Vietnam echoes, Desert Storm sounds. Podcast chronicles, glory and bounds. Homefront sit rep, honesty is core. Veterans laying bare what they endure. From the front lines to the homebound grief. Episodes of grit, grind through the grief.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a Sunday edition of Homefront Sitrep. How is everybody doing? Gunny, how are you, sir?
Good, man. February is here, which only means one thing. My second favorite season is upon us. NASCAR is getting ready to start. They got the Clash at Bowman Gray tonight. Got to represent my guy Burt Myers. He's a whaling modified guy, just owns Bowman Gray Stadium for the most part, won multiple championships there, and he's trying to get into the field with the Cup guys tonight in the number 50 Citrus Safe car. So I'll be tuned into that as soon as you and I are done here. How about you? How's your week going?
Man, my week's going good, man. PT was pretty good. Can't complain. Got it to about 96, 97 on PT. Took my daughter up to Independence, and she hit the cones when she was backing up on her parallel parking, so she didn't get to pass her driver's license test. So we're taking her back again on Friday, but not to Independence. We're going to Elizabethtown because it's a lot closer. So yeah, so super excited about that. Wife and kids are doing good. My daughter's doing good in archery, and everything's going good. We'll give a shout out to everybody out there in chat right now that came over from TikTok: Southie, Katie, Josh, Lauren, all you guys that are out there on TikTok that are watching right now on YouTube. Unfortunately, the way I was trying to do with TikTok here, stream it through the laptop, it's not wanting to work. So I got to figure that out. But no, man, I'm super excited, man. We started February. So last month with 22 a day, Mission 22 with Black Dog, he challenged me and Rhonda to get a pie in the face. So I did the pie in the face, and then I challenged you and Ty Cobb. And I even, after I shared the post that you made, I made sure I tagged Ty Cobb in it too and said, hey, can you beat this? Because your video, dude, is epic. I did post it up on TikTok. So if you've been on TikTok, you probably have seen it. We love you too, Miss Lauren. Thank you. That's my sis from another miss right there. But dude, when you sent me your video earlier, I was like, oh, your son just waylaid you. So it was friggin' hilarious. So Sam, you got the video.
He got me good. And so, after you challenged me, my buddy Mark, he's like, man, you got to do something, and, Troy came on and commented, people would be lining up. And at first, Mark's like, man, you ought to, challenge people to, $22 and, they get a chance to pie you. And I was like, man, that's a lot of money. I was like, well, maybe $10, right? Because, even if, 10 people do it, that's $100, to Mission 22. And then, with my life, as crazy as it is, I'm like, I'm just going to get this thing knocked out and over and done with. And the boys start arguing about who's going to do it.
Right.
And then, if you've seen the video, or if you're getting ready to see the video for the first time, you'll see how my oldest ended up being the one that, gave me the pie. But yeah, it was pretty cool and, great experience. But neither one of my boys got away without catching a pie.
That's friggin' awesome. So yeah, David Deloach there with Black Dog Community is the one who started this challenge. It's something different. It's not 22 miles, 22 push-ups. It's something that is fun. Everybody can get involved. Children, disabled veterans, anybody can get involved, and it's fun. I mean, simply fun. You can get the whole family involved. So you know what, Gunny? I am going to play that video just because. So check out Gunny getting pie in the face.
My name is Samuel Deeds. I am the co-host for the HomeFront Sitrep podcast. I was challenged by our host, David Willis, to take a pie to the face for Mission 22. Ever since Willis challenged me last week, the boys have been chomping at the bit to see which one of them is going to get to do it. So here we go. A little Rochambeau to see who gets the pie dag. Beautiful. 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 I challenge my teammate Matt Miller from Team Fast Tracks and my friend Ferd Lohman to take a pie to the face for Mission 22. You have to the end of March. You two will take and then challenge 2 veterans of your choice.
Dude, I'm telling you. Oh my God, there was no hesitation. Micah just
Did you hear that when that thing hit me in the fan? There was some power. There was some power behind it. And I took a shower after that, and I still had to take Q-tips and in my ear, up my nose to get everything out. Man, I had that stuff everywhere.
Oh my
So yeah.
God, dude,
And it all good and fun, and to help raise awareness for the veteran suicides, right? And bring a different light to it instead of the pain and misery that a lot of us have gone through with the push-ups or the hikes or whatever else. Oh yeah, he definitely waited for that his entire life. I mean, he's 18, so gets to give payback to the old man. But there is another video that I took from my home camera, and as soon as he walked back through that door, I got him pretty good when he came back in the house. So both of my boys got a piece of that pie, just like I
Yeah,
did.
I'll share that. I'll download that later and share that to TikTok as well because it's friggin' hilarious. Man. So do you see my new addition? Let's see, right there.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
new addition. It's not very big, but it's big enough, and it's hard to read right now at the present moment in time, but it works.
Mark just texted me. He said you should see it on a 75-inch TV.
Oh, so he's watching. Mark's watching on the big screen. Heck yeah,
Yeah.
man. Heck yeah. So no, man, I tell you what, I'm excited about today's guest. I'm gonna tell you a little story here. So I'm from Bardstown, Kentucky originally, and when I met this guy and started talking to him, found out that he also was raised in Bardstown, but he's 10 years younger than I am. So we kind of grew up at the same time, but I was like I said, 10 years older than him, so I didn't get to know him back then. But this guy, man, he has a #1 country hit out there, which we'll talk about here in just a few minutes. And I'm super excited to get to know him a little bit more. And then for you guys that are on TikTok, you can follow him. He is on TikTok at Dustin Collins, so you can follow his music as well. He is a country music singer. So then, yeah, Southie, he's a Royal Signals there in the UK. So without further ado, let's bring Mr. Dustin Collins up.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
How's it going, Dustin? How are you, sir?
I'm doing all right. Let me turn this phone around back the way it's supposed to be.
No, you're good, my friend. You're good. So do me a favor, Dustin. Introduce yourself to the world of HomeFront Sitrep. All of our watchers, our listeners, everybody who's going to watch later or listen later. So introduce yourself if you don't mind,
My
sir.
name's Dustin Collins. I'm from Bardstown, Kentucky. Like you said, I mean, you got about all of it. I'm a country music guy. I'm just a dude from the country, really. Been playing and touring country music the last 15 years. I've lived in Nashville for a long time. Finally, about COVID times, everything got shut down there, so made my way back on home, and I, kind of settled in here, and just loving being back home and being out in the country again.
And you took a little bit of a break, a mental break from music because it was wearing down on your mental health, and now you're getting back into the swing of things, correct?
Yeah, after probably the 10th year of actually trying to professionally do this, and the ups and downs of this industry is crazy. That 1 minute you'll be out on tour with a big artist, and then you're back into a bar somewhere in South Alabama with 14 people in it, telling you to shut up, turn up. They want to hear the football game. So, the swings of it really had a big hold on my brain, and just I wasn't feeling real good about music. I wasn't feeling good about myself. Was out of shape. Finally did something for my health, and really got a chance to write a new record and record a new record, and do some of the things in music I really wanted to do that just wasn't coming real naturally at the time when we were hot and heavy after the last couple releases that we did. But now we're excited to get back, started playing some shows, started putting some videos out, shot a bunch of content, and we're ready to rock and roll again.
Heck yeah. So I know what you mean by the ups and downs of the music business. My grandfather, Ron Peake, back in the early 80s and early 90s, was a country music. He traveled all over the place. Had a couple records in the UK, and he thought he was about to have that big break. And all of a sudden music changed, and he was back home in Kentucky playing and opening up for like Alan Jackson and all of those guys back in the day. And he finally just gave up on music. My grandmother got sick, and he finally just gave up on music. And after she passed, he finally decided to pick the guitar back up and start playing, but he's not doing anything serious with it. So it's the ups and downs. It's kind of like with anything. It's kind of like with us with the military, our ups are when we're in, and our downs are when we're out. We lose that sense of purpose, that sense of camaraderie. So I feel you there. Now, tell me, how has music helped you with your like mental health? Because I know a lot of people use music for therapy. How has that helped you?
Well, I mean, the music, you got to go back to where it started. I was in the service too, 04 to 08, and I was med-boarded out of the Army for a on-post car accident from Fort Hood, and I had no idea what I was going to do with my life. Real young, and got moping around the house, and my dad was like sick of it. He's like, "You're going to get out and do something," and he said, "I want you to grab your guitar and take yourself down to Tennessee and play guitar." And I had old green duffel bag, guitar. I found some roommates. We lived in a double wide trailer, 4 deep, 5 deep sometimes, depending on who was crashing. And it really, getting in with the musicians, it's almost like the same buddies and stuff you had in the Army. Everybody's going through the same crap, especially moving to Nashville, nobody really knowing anybody and knowing anything. And everybody just had to help each other out. There's times like, we'd be eating each other's leftovers, and everybody was fine with it. Whatever anybody could bring home from work, and going to play shows together. And I think that's what really got me mentally fit with music. And it was something that I could turn my attention to, and all the crazy shit that goes through your brain, to really just dive in it and stay on it. You know what I mean? And that obsessive thing that drives in some people, it gave me an outlet to do that and say things I wanted to say, which things I would never say to anybody else, in passing or on the street. I get to say them, it's my favorite thing. Say it shows, like, if you don't like this song, I've got the microphone right.
Yeah. So there's a question. It says, are you on Spotify?
I am. Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere music is.
So what was your job in the Army?
I was a 15 Yankee armament avionics electrical repair.
Nice. So Gunny and I we were both grunts. We were Marine Corps infantrymen. So you were a little bit smarter than us. You went avionics.
I ended up with the V-22, brother. Don't get it twisted.
Well,
I may have started down in the no man land and in the mud, but when I retired, I was not there anymore.
Yeah.
But
the world of Army aviation,
but I didn't do anything. Yeah, I didn't do anything but the squadron gunny. I have 3 hours on the aircraft, but I was still smart enough to get into the field.
Yeah, most of our aircraft maintenance was cleaning.
Yeah,
did a lot of shop cleaning.
So Tracy,
your country music, and there's so many different genres in country music. So what do you lean more towards? Is it the country rock, the country rap, the country pop, or is it the old school like Willie Wailing, Merle, those guys? Or
our record label, man, originally the first label we got signed that gave us a chance was Average Joe's Records, and they're famous for country rap and Colt Ford and all those guys. And the reason why I went there is because you talked about Brantley Gilbert before we got on the show, but that was his first record label, and I was like, if they can launch that guy, man, I got a good shot at it. And I can't say nothing but good things about those people. That's not my style of music, but they allowed me pretty much to go my own way. And we've been compared a lot to in between Hank Jr. and Jason Aldean a lot. So, there's some rock. And I grew up listening to like my dad and them listened to Thin Lizzy, Leonard Skinner, and things like that, and then Waylon and Merle. So I think it all just kind of came together with traditional country with some rock backing.
Yeah. Very cool.
So your number one Billboard hit. Did you think you'd ever have a number one, or I know that sounds bad, but did you ever, were you expecting it?
No, I was playing at the Hilltop Lounge the night I found out it went number one.
Oh, that's
It was the county line now out in Hillview, Kentucky. And
nice.
this guy called. I kept getting this weird number on my phone, and I was like not answering it. And he kept calling, so I answered it, and I was like, "Who is this?" And he was like, "This is so and so from Billboard magazine. We want to talk to Dustin Collins." And I was like, "About what?" And he's like, "Well, you currently have the top 25, a top 25 single in, what was it, the independent country music chart, and the number one heat-seeking song." So I hung up on him because I thought it was somebody effing with me. And so he called back and he was like, "Don't hang up on me." And I was like, "Yeah, how can this be?" And it was because we had done a lot of sales online, and shortly after that, that wasn't the big chart yet, so we hadn't even released a record. And I think the video, we did like 2 videos on it, and I think it went something like 1.5 million views on Facebook. At the time, it was back in 2016. TikTok, of course, didn't exist, and Instagram was kind of crappy, so Facebook was it. And so the video went super viral, and that got the attention of NRA Country, and they ended up running a story about it, inviting us down to play the National Rifle Association their annual meeting,
Nice.
which was insane. I mean, it was in Atlanta. The president spoke. Hank Jr. headlined the thing. It was just bigger than life for somebody that, up till then, I think the biggest show we'd ever played, we opened up for the Swan Brothers at Diamonds.
Nice.
And, other than playing my Tootsies rounds and stuff in Nashville. And so we go down there and we're part of this. And the guy at NRA Country was like, "Man, we want to do a partnership with you guys." And so I ended up donating the proceed of the song to the NRA, and they ended up running it in all their magazines, Sportsman's Magazine and all the different publications, and they threw it up on their website, put it out in their email blaster. And that was the time my record went out, and that pushed my record to the number one heat seeker in the Southeast, and then top 25 country albums and top 25 independent.
Heck
back
yeah.
in 2017. And we maintain. I've still got a real great relationship with NRA Country, but they're not doing as much as they used to on the country music side. They're more getting into the legislative side and dealing with Second Amendment rights there. And the whole song was kind of I was watching the news and pissed off about it and wrote this tune, and really didn't expect. I expected to get some YouTube hits off of it, and I didn't know it was going to be kind of the foundation for everything that was going to come after that in my whole music career.
So did it open doors for you though that possibly couldn't have opened doors before?
Oh, absolutely, but it slammed a lot too. There was a lot of people pissed off about it. I had a couple radio guys, programmers, that didn't quite agree with the messaging and straight flat out told me or somebody in my management, "We will never play one of his songs on the radio ever."
Dang.
And I was like,
It's hard, man, when you start talking about certain things, right? Whether it's a political view or not, right? Because you have some people out there that are completely going to agree with you, and then you have others that are like, "Man, this dude is absolutely certifiable insane. We are not promoting his stuff," right? And we run into that a lot on the skydive team, where some of us on the team have a more conservative view, and some of us have a more of a liberal view. And when you're out there performing for whoever, we'll just say it's NASCAR, right? it's hard. You can't promote the political aspect of things. You're there to perform for them or the NFL or NCAA, whoever, right? So you have to keep it kind of neutral for the most part when you're on site and talking to everybody. So it's just, I completely understand where you're coming from, where some people are like, nope, we're not doing it.
Yeah, I mean, it's helped and hurt, like I said, in both aspects of it. The Rolling Stone called me a right-wing nut job. And, somewhere I'm in my studio here. I've got it framed, the page out of the magazine. I've got it framed.
Nice.
I always said, I guess that's the only way I'm ever getting in Rolling Stone.
Hey, at least you're there, right? People try their entire career to get in there, and they never even get the chance.
Well, it was like a little paragraph, and I took a highlighter. And they another Marine Corps vet guy in Nashville, Scooter Brown, who's a great artist. They basically said that we were right-wing nut jobs and in bed with the NRA, and like they, basically we're crazy people. And
Yeah. You got to love it. So there's a question out here in chat. Miss Lauren put it out there, and she said, "Are you going to sing for us?" And then she says, "Please." I'm not going to put you on the spot. If you want to sing a tune, you can, but it's up to you.
Oh boy, I wasn't expecting that. Well, I can try.
No.
Hold on.
I was just going to play something off Spotify, but if you're going to do something, that'd be awesome.
Well, we can do that too.
Love it. I love it.
Get back, dog. I guess this is the first time getting to use this space for what it was meant for.
There you go. So Lauren says just a little bit of something. You don't have to play the whole song, just a little bit of something.
They want a little teaser from you.
Just a little bit. Let's see.
And I did put a Spotify link out. So if you guys want to go follow me on Spotify, the link is in the chat there. Just click on it and you can follow it. I'm gonna mute my mic and just listen to you sing until you're done.
Let's see. There we go. There's a rifle in my closet, made in 1893. Carved on the barrel, it says Winchester Company. It's been passed generations, and I've been taught to use it well. It's put food there on my table, it ain't never been for sale. There's people on my TV telling me what's right from wrong. Not one damn gun of mine has ever pulled the trigger on its own. From my cold, dead hands, it's about you and me, ain't no redneck thing. Why don't you understand? You can bitch and moan all you want. Yeah, you're getting my gun from my cold, dead hands. There's a little bit for y'all. I don't know how that sounded on the microphone.
Dude, that sounded awesome. It sounded great, brother.
Yeah, it sounded good on my end.
Yeah, no, that was
Somebody's on there saying "Sing it, brother," and Lauren's got a big old yes, and
then she said, "Now I'm gonna have to do a TikTok of one of his songs."
Yes, do that. Let's get out there. I appreciate it.
So Heroes of America and Beyond says that's absolutely amazing. Thank you, everybody saying it was amazing out there. So
thank you guys. I appreciate y'all.
I did that video on TikTok where I created that slide, and then I used your I Drink a Beer, your song I Drink a Beer. I think it's what it was.
I like to drink.
Yeah, I like to drink. Yeah, I like to drink. That's what it was.
That song was a complete joke. I was on a boat at Cumberland, and a buddy of mine he's just known for slapping people on the back, getting way too hammered up. And you can't understand anything he says when he's drunk. And he's just a goober. And he's always drinking Grey Goose and Sprite. So we just started making fun of people. And I just started that I like to drink, yank thing. And I got to thinking about it. I was like, that is hilarious. And I think Old Town Road had come out. And I was like, this is the worst song I've ever heard. And I said, I have a song worse than that. I bet we can make it go viral. And I shot out to the studio, recorded it, and we shot a video. I mean, it was all super low budget. Like, we didn't have any time to do it and threw it out there. And it's the biggest selling song we've had so far.
Oh man, that's friggin' fire. Do you
And
mind
now we
if I-
got T-shirts and koozies and all kinds of crap that says "I like to drink" on it.
Nice. Well, you know what? I'm gonna play that song just because I can. Just because I can. Let's see. I'm gonna share it there behind us. Let's see. Oh, I put it in front of us. But I'm gonna play it. I like to drink. Mm-hmm.
I might like a bush light on a Saturday at noon. Sitting on this boat dock drunk sure ain't hurting you. I might take a trip and never leave the farm. When that big red sun starts sinking low, break out the bottles and guitars. I like to drink, and I like to float. Break it down, roll it up tight, throw out a little rope. I mean, well, I'm just wild as hell, ain't no real laws getting broke. I like to drink, and I like to float. Goose and Sprite, get me right, get me 10 feet off the ground. Press and repeat on a chiller song until the party comes unwound. A backslap hug and a listen bug might be all you get from me. Wrap up your boats, pull up your floats, cause everybody's family. I like to drink, and I like to float. Break it out, roll it up tight, throw down a little rope. I mean, well, I'm just wild as hell, ain't no real laws getting broke. I like to drink, and I like to float. I got a dead body from a 30-pack rack of cold beer in the sun. When the ladies swim by and see my jorts, you know the belly has come undone. I like to drink, and I like to float. Break it out, roll it up tight, throw out a little rope. I mean, well, I'm just wild as hell, ain't no real laws getting broke. I like to drink, and I like to float. Hey, float on, buddy.
Bro, I can feel that song. Really can.
There is
Man.
nothing more relaxing
My throat.
than grabbing an old tube, throwing the cooler in it, you grabbing another one, and float down the damn river and drink and float. Absolutely. If you're in the
Absolutely.
country and never done it, you're wrong. You're wrong.
We got a good river out here in New Haven to float too.
Do they still do the annual float?
Oh,
The tube
yeah.
float?
Yeah, well, it's not quite a tube float. It's more kayaks and john boats now. But I mean, it's like Mardi Gras on the river.
Yes. So
It's
growing
a wild
up,
time.
growing up, we used to take tubes and we would start down at Mr. Magoo's in New Haven and float on down the river. And we'd be in the river 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. And it was thousands of people that would just be in there floating down the river, drinking and having a good time, man. So Dude, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, we did it from almost New Hope last year, and I mean, it turned into like an 8-hour float, and I was like, God, I
Holy
want to
cow.
get to New Haven.
Man.
Holy cow.
I was ready to come off the water.
There was a question here. Miss Lawrence wants to know, out of all your songs, which one means the most to you?
I've got a song out there called "Stand for the Flag." It's probably my favorite one that's released so far, and which that kind of leads me into I've got a lot of songs that are goofy and those the more political driven songs that have been out. But this next record, we actually had a chance to work with Jamie Johnson and Kenny Chesney's producer, Buddy Cannon on, and we got into the heart of some stuff, and really got deep in. And I got to write with some fantastic people in Nashville, guys that got number ones after number one after number one hit, and that I took my songs to them, and they helped me shape them into something, because I got a little more vulnerable in it with some of these songs. Some of them were on the slower side and a lot more traditional country than anything I did before. And I think when we get these songs out, these are going to be my favorites that I've ever done, because they're there's just a song about my dad on there, and there's some songs about relationship crap that didn't quite work out. And I've never done any sad love songs and stuff like that. And we just went for it this time and tried to make a big boy country record.
Heck yeah. No,
Well,
no,
and,
yeah,
some of those personal ones resonate with a lot of people, right? Because a lot of country songs, especially country, there's a lot of songs that have a lot of meaning in life, but country for sure, a lot of vulnerability in there in a lot of the music, whether it's the upbeat stuff or whether it's the slow, extremely meaningful stuff. Who is Lee Brice? I Drive Your Truck, man. That one gets me every time, because he talks about losing his kid and going to the graveyard. That's not where he finds him, but he finds him in that truck because that's where he spent most of his time. Stuff like that, man. That stuff right there means a lot to a lot of people.
It's just crazy. I mean, to me, I thought before we did this record, before I started writing for it, I was like, I don't want to do what I've done before. And it's all well and good when you're 25 to 30 singing "I like to drink, yank," and stuff out on a boat. When you're 36, 37, and you got a half-grown kid, and it's you house payments and mortgages and things are different now. Now I want to sing about different stuff.
Yeah.
So and I feel like the audience that we've always had that stuck with us, they've grown up too, and it's time for all of us to kind of, if I'm going to put out music, we need to talk about the things that we're going through right now, and try not to live completely back. And every now and then, though, I hear them on the boat. They'll crank up "I Like to Drink," embarrass me on the water, which is all good. But now to me, it's more about songwriting and really trying to tell stories that help people.
Lauren just says, "I like to drink a nap." No, dude, I really like that song. I can actually see that in a playlist with like Kenny Chesney, some of his party songs like that. Honestly,
the beachy upscale upbeat stuff. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I haven't heard one of your songs yet that was bad. Of course, I've been following you for a while, and then finally, I was like, I'm gonna reach out to him, just say, hey, you want to come on the show? Thank you for coming on, by the way. Thank you for being here and singing for our people and sharing your experience, your life with us.
Well, thank y'all so much for having me, man. It means a lot to me, especially coming back out and trying to get a new start at this, trying to do something different. And guys like you guys and everybody else that gives me a shot to get it out there and get people listening again and get people to show up to the shows again. It means a lot to me.
Well,
I tell you picked up a bunch of followers tonight, because probably 8 or 9 just tonight from this. And especially playing the video, and then you grabbing your guitar and doing an acoustic thing. You're going to pick up another one as soon as I get off here, because I've not followed you yet, and there's going to be a bunch of downloads to my playlist from your stuff too. I guarantee you that.
So when does your new album come out?
Well, that remains to be seen. I'm working on it right now. I'm actually I'm in the talks with the video guy to get we're going to release a single. probably in the next 2 months.
All right, so all these people here on TikTok have a really big following on TikTok, and they're all going to be using your music on TikTok.
That would
So
be sweet.
get ready for another whirlwind, just to give you a heads up. And I'm going to use any song that I can find of yours when I start doing my TikTok stuff as well. Um, I, I'm excited to see what's in the future for you. For one, because you're a Barstown boy, you're from my neck or New Haven boy. I'm going to say New Haven because that's where I grew up. That's where
Yeah, I've been on this side of the bridge a minute now.
yeah. So I grew up in New Haven, literally the New Haven Elementary. I used to live in those apartments right there by New Haven Elementary. So I used to walk to school every morning. And then I lived in Line Station for a really long time. And man, I love New Haven. I mean, it's grown, but it's definitely still small town USA. And I don't even know if Mr. Magoo's is still there. It was a bar right on the river.
Not anymore.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not. But
yeah, Sherwood and Long Branch is still there.
Nice.
Yes, we got a guy, Heroes of American Beyond, said he just listened to a portion of I Stand for the Flag and gave him goosebumps. And then in a later comment, so he does coins, he does challenge coins designing and goes out and passes them out. And he says, I'll definitely use that song on the next video I do of giving out coins.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Nice. Nice. No, I love it, bro. I can't wait to see, where you go from here. I know you got a number one out there, but we're going to try to blow you up where you got multiple number ones. And I'm going to see where can somebody find out where you're playing at? So like if they're close to Kentucky, they can come hang out with you.
Being that I am my age, I don't do. We used to have the website and all that stuff up, but nobody ever went to the website, so I wasn't going to waste money on that no more. So on Facebook, Instagram, I put on all the shows, and those are both Dustin Collins music. And then X, I don't use that much, but TikTok, I usually post about a show. So the major social media sites, and I run them for the most part. Sometimes somebody from management is on there, but if you message me on there, it's likely I'm the one that's going to respond.
Nice.
I think that's important too, because if people get a bunch of fake messages and stuff, a lot of the artists and stuff do that. And I'm trying to build my career back to be something where you've got a following of fans and friends that you care about, because that's how your music's going to spread, caring about people. And you don't get that not talking to your folks.
Yeah, your day ones. That's what Theory calls them, your day ones. The ones that liked your music before you got famous. That's the ones that mean the most. And I think who was it? Reba? No, it was Winona Judd the other day. She was on a talk show, and her following is not as big as it used to be. But now she's like, the people that do come to my show, I know who they are by name. I can tell you who they are. I can tell you what's wrong with them, anything. She knew everything about them. And that's what makes an artist great. When you know the people that care about your music, your day ones, ones that have been with you for so long. So that's freaking, that's fire. So Brianna says, all the way here from South Dakota, you make it this way. There's a place in Rapid City, South Dakota called the Abbeys. It's a great place to book for starting artists and artists coming back.
Well, we actually tour up to South Dakota. We usually hit Iowa and up to Brookings. We have not got out to Rapid City yet, but I'll definitely have to give that a look next time we come up that way.
And then Lauren said, if you come to Michigan, she wants to come see you play in Michigan. So.
Haven't made it to Michigan. I've been to Michigan. I've never played a show there.
Well, Lauren, if you know some places, let us know. We'll let Dustin know that's close by that has country music up there. We'll let Dustin know and see if we can get him booked up there near you. So what do you got coming up? Shows coming up in the near future? You got anything local here in Kentucky?
Right now I'm not in Kentucky. We're working on something. in New Haven right now. We're having some trouble with the zoning, but
Oh, nice.
we're gonna try to do an outside concert at the Long Branch with the full band. We had a date in mind, and then that fell through. So, but springtime, we're actively booking right now. So I will start having a lot of stuff pop up spring and probably into the summer. We'll get into festivals because I know we're doing a bunch of festivals up in Indiana, Ohio, and up into Pennsylvania. We're going to go up there for a little while, and then of course we always do some beachy gigs, and
Right.
we'll
So
probably be on Lake Cumberland several times this year.
So I'm getting ready to put together Hero Fest here in Kentucky, probably at the Bullitt County Fairgrounds. So I'm probably going to have to chit chat with you because I've already talked with Theory and Berserk. Theory's a Marine Corps veteran rapper. He signed with Big Homies Records out in Salt Lake City, Utah. We normally do a veteran and first responder suicide awareness concert at the sometime throughout the year, and we have 12 hours of music. It starts from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. or 12 to 12, depending on where we're at. So I'll get with you, and we're gonna probably get something together that's going to be pretty epic, I hope. So
yeah, man, I'm definitely in. Anything y'all need, I'd definitely do it. Like I said, right now we're booking some stuff, but I'm real focused on we're trying all kinds of stuff. We're going to be getting our own music podcast going, dealing with regional music. It's going to be called Drunk on a Tuesday.
Nice. I like it.
But yeah, that's the idea we've been floating. But it's going to be general talking about the music scene, talking about the news and music, and highlighting artists from Central Kentucky and even even regionally. Anybody's welcome that plays music. We want to talk to them, talk about their story, and help people get their music out there. Because I've got a big following on Facebook and Instagram and stuff, and I feel like that's a part of me coming back to do this stuff again, is helping out the younger guys that I didn't have any of this stuff when I came up. None of it existed.
Yeah.
So I think it's cool to try to help them out because, they'll spread the more people you help, the more you get helped in return. So we're going to try to do some stuff like that. And of course, get our records out. And we've been running into snag after snag trying to get these singles out, but we're right on the precipice to getting a really good tune out, and we'll be doing all kinds of promotion and stuff for that. So hopefully we'll get some shows on the books and get back to playing.
No, man, that's awesome, bro. So Katie, I don't understand. You said pretty please. I'm trying to figure out what the pretty please was for. Brianna says, you're living my dream, bud. Excited to watch the journey you're on. And then Lauren says, can I just come sing and hang out? I miss the acoustic guitar sit and sings. So yeah, man, no, we'll definitely have to get you together. And Bubba Wesley, I'm gonna get you connected with Bubba Wesley. He's been in the business for a while now. He's out in Texas. He's one of my good friends. I'm gonna get you connected with him. He's on the independent scene in Texas, and you know how the Texas music scene is. It's crazy.
It's wild, man.
And then there's a guy called
Scott. The sold out show I ever played was in Texas.
Nice.
And I didn't even know they knew who we were down there. And we get down there, that was like a little 200-seat bar in Port Aransas, right outside Corpus, and they sold it out. And I got there and I was like, cool. It was like, yeah, they like your gun song.
Nice. Oh yeah, definitely 2-8. Yeah, definitely.
So how did it feel going down there thinking like nobody knows you, but they're sitting there singing your songs? How was that feeling? Like, was it a shock that they were right there just wording it back to you, or, did you have like a holy cow, this is awesome moment? Or
well, the crazy part is that wasn't the big show. That wasn't the anchor show we were going down there to play. I had just the promoter that I would talk to. I was like, man, I just can't come down there for one show. That's a long distance for me to travel for one show on what the pay was for the show. And he was like, what if I get you 2 more? So we threw these 2 extra ones. One was like an acoustic deal at a Mexican restaurant. So Well, that
All
was a
the
Thursday
chips
night
and
show.
salsa you can eat.
Yeah, and it went about as expected. I mean, nobody knew who I was in there, but the second show was this, this little club outside of Port Aransas, and it sold out in like 3 or 4 weeks. And that we were on our way to play Corpus at the Brewster Street Ice House, which is a huge venue. And I think I had more fun. No offense, Brewster Street, you guys are great. Love to come back, but I had more fun Friday night than I did Saturday night. Those guys are crazy. They were singing Cold Dead Hands, and every cover song we were playing out there, we were playing all the '90s, Joe Diffie stuff. They loved it, and I didn't leave. Usually, I head out pretty early. Whenever I got to go to do another show, I head back to the hotel room so I don't get in too much trouble. That night, I stayed out way too late. Had to catch an Uber back to the hotel. I stayed over at the bar with all them folks, and we had an absolute blast.
Heck yeah, that's awesome.
That's what it's all about, though, making that connection. Because the next time you come into town, they'll be like, "Oh, Dustin Collins is coming back. Let's go. Yeah, for sure." So, and Brianna says it right. She says it's a fast life to live, and once my babies are older, I'll take it for a ride. So,
There you go.
So yeah, it is definitely a fast life to live, and when you got children at home and a wife at home, sometimes it gets a little hectic out there on the road. So you just got to stay grounded, man. We say that all the time. You just got to stay grounded. You can't forget about your why, because your why is your wife and kids and the love of the music. So you got to remember your why. So man. Dude,
the why never lets me forget it.
oh yeah, definitely.
She's definitely, when I'm out there, she's on a text away, like, where you at? Like, I'm headed back.
She's ready. She's got you on Life 360 tracking you.
She knows what time them shows in.
Dude, that's awesome. Well, brother, it was a pleasure having you on here and hanging out with us. I can't wait to see your journey and see you grow. You being a veteran, we love to support our brothers and sisters, no matter what branch. We're both Marines, so we always give the Army a hard way to go. But man, we're here to support you. You got a lot of new followers tonight from TikTok. I'm just going to keep sharing your stuff out there. And if you don't mind, I'm going to find a couple of your videos. And like I did with Scotty Hastings when I had him on, I'm going to play it at the beginning of some of my shows, if you don't mind.
No, not a problem at all. Thank y'all so much for having me.
Heck yeah. And then I'm going to, once we get off of here and tomorrow, I'm going to get you connected with other veteran podcasters just so we can get you on their show.
Yeah, man, I would appreciate it so much, man. Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome. You're welcome. Well, we're going to drop you down in the green room if you want to hang out, and we're going to finish up the show here real quick, and then we'll chit chat with you at the end, if you don't mind.
Yep, no problem.
All right, brother. Appreciate it. How cool was that, Gunny?
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's the kind of music I grew up listening to and still listen to. You know, like I said back in the green room before we even started, probably more than 90% of my playlist is country music, because being raised in Maine and being around my grandparents so much that listened to that 60s, 70s, 80s country, I just continue to listen to it. I mean, my truck never leaves, the highway from, unless there's a NASCAR race on, I'll listen to that, or a Michigan game. But other than that, it's on the highway. It never leaves it. I mean, I jump in the wife's car and it's on the highway. She gets pissed when she gets in. She has to change it back to whatever she's listening to. But yeah, for the most part, it's country music, man. It's in my soul, and it always will be. So.
Heck yeah. So for all of you guys that are watching right now, tomorrow on HomeFront Sitrep, we have, let me take this off real quick. Veteran TV series that's going to be coming out called Echoes of Asgard. If you haven't followed Valhalla Viking on TikTok, or Magnus Stormbreaker on TikTok, who are the co-founders, both veterans, they're creating a TV series called Echoes of Asgard. So we're going to have them on tomorrow, and it's going to be friggin' fire. So make sure you come back tomorrow to check out Echoes of Asgard. It's going to be off the hook. So I'm definitely excited about tomorrow's show, just like I was tonight's show. Gunny, it's it's about that time of night, Gunny. This right here is you, brother.
Yeah, man. You're not alone. You still have worth. You still have value. I mean, look at Dustin. He got med boarded out after having a vehicle accident and was down a little bit. And his dad basically told him to pull his head out of it, pick up your guitar and go do something. And now he's out there crushing it in country music radio, So you still have worth and you still have value, no matter what you think. And, you can be that one person that makes a difference in somebody else's life.
Amen. Amen. And that leads us into hashtag be somebody stranger. Look, guys, we as humans, we're more apt to talk to a complete stranger that we've never met face to face than the ones we love the most. So hashtag be somebody stranger. And what we mean by that is just listen to somebody. When you go up to somebody, you say, "Hey, how you doing?" They're going to say, "I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm hanging in there. I'm living a dream." But ask that next hard question. How are you really doing? But be ready. Be ready for that conversation. Could be a 5-minute conversation. Could be a 5-hour conversation. So be ready for that conversation. And just be somebody stranger. Like I said, we're more apt to talk to somebody that we don't know than our wives, our husbands, our children. That's what we need. And I love it right there. Brianna says, hashtag be somebody stranger literally explains the TikTok family I found. That is everything that we talk about here on HomeFront Sitrep. You're not alone, and then be somebody stranger. So that's all we can talk about. Our coin, Gunny designed it. I can't wait for it to come out. It's got hashtag be somebody stranger on it. That's what we're all about, is being that ear for somebody. We don't want somebody to fix us. We just want somebody that will talk to us and listen to our demons, or our struggles, whatever we're struggling with. We don't want somebody to, oh, I can fix that for you. No, just listen. Hashtag be somebody stranger. And then write down
everybody out there is struggling with something you have no clue about. Everybody. No one out there is not dealing with nothing. Everybody has something they're dealing with.
Yeah. And then if you see down here below, Heroes Media Group, Reach Across America Radio, Veterans Voice Radio, and Military United podcast streams. We are proud partners with all of those guys. And you can find HomeFront Sitrep on reachacrossamerica.org/radio on Thursday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern. So this Thursday night, we'll replay Dustin Collins on Reach Across America Radio. So you can find us there on Thursday nights. If you don't have, you can download the iHeartRadio app, the Audacity app, or the TuneIn app. Search the word Wreath and you can find it there as well. So definitely check it out. And then I'm going to play this commercial. If you're a veteran and you're in crisis, or if you're just a human and you're in crisis, dial 988. If you're a veteran, push 1. If you're not a veteran, just 988. And if you don't like the person you're talking to, hang up, call back. You can also text them. You can also go online and chat with them. And if you don't resonate with the person that's on the other end of whatever device you're doing, disconnect, reconnect. You'll get somebody different. So let's play that commercial real quick. Love you too, Miss Lauren. I love you too. I love all you guys. Everybody from TikTok that's in here right now, man, you guys are amazing. The community that we have built on TikTok, dude, it's friggin' amazing. Man, it's that time, Gunny. I hate for it to end, but it's that time. Guys, hashtag you're not alone. Hashtag be somebody's stranger. And like we say always on HomeFront Sitrep, stay safe out there, and we got your six. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed this show.
Suggestions and comments are always welcome.
Cannot wait to have another great show with y'all.
Don't forget you can find HomeFront Sitrep on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.
Stay safe out there. I got your six.